Hey everybody, something a little different for you today. This isn't a tutorial per se, it's more of a, hey, look what I found. And yeah, there'll be some information in it that might be helpful to some of you, but really it's just a video for fun. So we were out for a walk today, walking the dog, and we came across something that somebody had thrown out. As you can see right here, we've got one of these arcade 1-up machines. It's a Street Fighter 2 edition. And aside from being a little dirty, there's a couple things that look like the reason somebody threw it out. So we're going to talk about that right now. So you can see here, it's kind of filthy, but you know, all these buttons appear to be fine. The joysticks feel pretty good. Player 2 button is fine. These buttons seem okay. This button, however, is stuck down. It looks like somebody probably spilled something on it. Maybe pop, maybe a beer, who knows. So we'll take this off, this plate off, and see what the button needs to start working. But before we do that, the main problem, this looks like is probably the reason somebody got rid of it, is that the power cord is snapped in half. Now, this is a super easy fix, so hopefully it's, you know, working and there isn't something else wrong with it and somebody just had this happen and didn't know what to do about it. Normally I would solder this, strip the wire a bit and solder it back together, but I recently threw out my solder kit because it was sort of a dog's breakfast. It was really messy. So I don't have any solder. I'm just going to do a Frankenstein on this and use some electrical tape to put it back together. And then, unfortunately, they didn't throw out the other end of the power supply. It's just this. So if we look up here, we need 12 volt 3 amp. Now, it just so happens that in my collection of things that are no longer required for their real purpose, I just happen to have a 12 volt 3 amp power supply. And does it fit? Let's see. Oh, snap. Perfect. Because sometimes you get these and they have weird proprietary sizes, you know, depending on what it was meant for originally, but this is a perfect fit. So that's good. And just in case anybody's wondering, because it's a 12 volt 3 amp, if you've got other power supplies laying around, if you ever come across a situation like this, you want to make sure that the voltage matches exactly. If it says 12 volts, give it 12 volts. If you give it less than 12 volts, it's not going to function. And if you give it more than 12 volts, you're probably going to fry something and it's not going to work anymore. When it comes to amps, you have to meet or you can exceed the amps a little bit, but definitely you have to meet it. So I need 3 amps or better, and that's what you would need, and I just happen to have a 3 amp. Obviously, if you can meet both requirements exactly like I have, perfect, but always keep that in mind. Match the voltage exactly. Amps, try to meet them, but as long as you meet, you can exceed a little bit and you're probably gonna be fine. So first things first, we're actually gonna cut this. And again, because I threw out my solder kit, which had a whole bunch of wires in it, I don't have any other wire that is this gauge. So what we're actually gonna do is we'll cut probably about here, and then we'll cut here, and then we'll probably cut here so that we have a little bit of extra wire that we can strip and work with. So I'm actually gonna hold this, and I'm gonna get my son to cut it because he wants to be involved. Hand me this, you take that. Hold on a sec. So, oops. I want you to cut it. Ooh, you know what? Can you untangle that first? This is riveting video here, folks, I know. How to untangle a cable. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take this piece of wire and we're going to strip it a bit and see what we have to work with inside. Okay, so we got two conductors, a black and a red wire, and that's good. I figured that's what we would have. And now we need to do the same thing on the other end that is still attached to the machine. Oops. Oh boy, look what I did there. I was pulling on this one so hard, I actually pulled it back through the sheath. So now I have to strip some more of this off. So today's message: do things the right way the first time. All right, so let's strip a little bit more here. So Frankenstein number one, let's twist these black ones together. And I'm gonna fold it a little bit so that it stays. Just a quick tape job. It's really ugly, I know, but it serves the purpose of stopping the two conductors from touching each other. Twist the red together and then fold it a little so it doesn't pull apart. Really ugly tape job number two. Okay. Now, okay, so that is our conductors put together and taped up. So this is kind of the moment of truth here. Make sure that's in the off position. And we're gonna plug this in and see what happens. Definitely wanna grab that plug. And let's pull this over here. See how enough to plug it in the wall. Give it a plug in and let's see what happens. Tell me when it's in. Okay, it's in. On. And nothing. Oh, wait, there we go. Success. Volume. I'm not hearing any sound, but maybe there's no sound here right now. Oh, look at that. We got, wow. So that's why they threw it out, because their cable got pinched. This is like $400 or $500, this thing. So that's crazy to me. So the next thing I'm gonna do is open this up and see what the deal is with this button, because I can't do anything with it. Push A to select a game. What do you think A is? It's probably this, isn't it? Because I can't do, oh no, I guess A is jab. Oh, press one player to continue. So this is where we're stuck. Okay, so let's take this off. Well, turn it off. And can you unplug it, please, Declan? Okay, and let's get to the next part of this. So it looks like it was just some residue. It actually doesn't feel sticky, but it's working now. So we'll just we'll put this just back in place for a minute. And I'm gonna plug it back in and power it back on and see if that button functions. Ooh, we got volume now too. Woo! Okay, so we got our choice of Street Fighter 2 edition, or sorry, Champion Street Fighter 2 edition, Super Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. So let's, oh, this was A, sorry.
A bunch of options.
Look at that. Back. My helper came back from his video games. So just gonna turn the volume down. Oh, so that's a three-way switch. Off, medium volume, high volume. That's good to know. So let's just, I've chosen a character. You choose a character. I'm also very bad at Street Fighter, so this isn't going to be impressive at all. But I just want to see if everything works. Just make sure you can move. All your buttons working. Just stand over there. Just go through your buttons. So jab works, short works, strong works, forward works, fierce works, roundhouse works. All your buttons work, Declan?
Yeah.
Up, down, left, right, up to right corner, down. Wow. So this is a fully functioning machine. So that just means it needs a screw back together and a clean up. And I have an awesome find from somebody doing spring cleaning on this, the last day of winter, 2023. How much does this cost, Declan?
400 to 800.
400 to 800. Where did you find that price?
Google.
Okay, so I guess it depends on the retailer, and I guess it depends what people have in stock.
The cheapest one was 460. The most expensive was 870.
Oh wow, Canadian dollars or U.S. dollars? Did it say?
I think Canadian.
I'm guessing it's Canadian dollars, and we're in Canada, so
ground,
that's good.
Middle ground was 600.
Okay, so we have a $400 to $800 machine. I would say this is worth 400. I remember that being the price in store. Anyway, it works. So let's turn it off, clean it up, and
oh, the champion version?
have a working
I
version.
think this one might be 500.
And that's it. Done. Clean. Functioning device. Now, what I'm going to do is go to the store at some point and get myself some solder and actually fix that properly. But in the meantime, what a cool find for the last day of winter. Thank goodness for spring cleaning and for people not wanting to bother fixing a broken cable. Amazing. So my wife is always getting on my case about picking things up off the sidewalk when people throw them out. And I'll be honest, generally the things don't work at all. So she's kind of in the right. But hey, this just goes to show you can actually find some cool stuff on people's curbs on garbage day or spring cleaning day or whatever. So, you know, if you see something cool, don't be afraid to pick it up and give it a try, because who knows? There's a good chance somebody just didn't have the time or didn't have the know-how to fix a very simple problem. And maybe it's something you can fix and, you know, get an awesome $500 find like I did today. Anyway, if you like this or you found it entertaining, like, share, subscribe, do all the normal stuff. Remember, we're on Patreon if you want to help support the channel. And sorry this wasn't a more informative tutorial, but I just thought it was kind of cool that I found this and I wanted to share it with everybody. So until we see you next time here on Quick and Easy QuickEZ with a real tutorial next time, thanks for watching. See you next time.